Question number 4, very similar question. So first, does this graph open up or down? As we know, we should look at the coefficient in front of your whatever squared. So it's -1/2, which is negative. So that means your parabola, or say the graph, opens down. Then what is the vertex point? First, you need to set the bracket equal to 0. So x plus 2 equal to 0, x is -2. And you plug in to get your y. So the first big term is gone. So f of 0 is 0 plus 3, so which is 3. That's the y coordinate of your vertex. So you know your vertex is -2, 3. That's part B. For part C, axis of symmetry. That's again is x equal to the first coordinate in your vertex. So x equal to -2. Then what is the vertical intercept? Again, you set x equal to 0. So f of 0 will be -1/2 times 0 plus 2 together squared. So that's -1/2 times 2 squared is 4, then plus 3. And it's -2 plus 3, which is 1. So the vertical intercept will be x equal to 0, y equal to 1. That's part D. For part E, symmetric point of this point. First, again, you need to draw the picture. What we know here, we know the parabola opens down. And the vertex point is -2, 3. And the vertical intercept is 0, 1. So with all those information, you know that this blue line should be its graph. And then you want to know the symmetric point of this point. So first, you draw a horizontal line. And then you know that this point here is its symmetric point. Then how to get the x and y coordinate? First, x coordinate. You want to go from this point to the axis of symmetry, which is here, vertical line, which is x equal to -2. So you go from x equal to 0 all the way to x equal to -2. That's 1, 2, 2 units. And then you want to keep going the same number of units, 1, 2, to get its symmetric points. So at this point, you know that its x coordinate should be from all the way to the y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 units. And also, it's to the left side of the x-axis. So that's the -4. So -4 would be its x coordinate. Y coordinate will be the same as the original point. So it's 1. So that's the symmetric point of the vertical intercept, So it's -4, 1. So that's part E. For part F, the domain again is everything. And for the range, this time it has the maximum point. This point, its vertex point, has a height of 3. And all the way down here would be possible. So it's -infinity all the way up to 3. Again, 3 should be included. Okay, number 5. So number 5, you're given a bunch of plots. And from there, they want you to tell whether the function is linear, exponential, or quadratic. They also give you a bunch of x values and its corresponding y values. And for each kind of function, they ask us some kind of parameter like slope or base multiplier and so on. So the first plot given is like this. So if you look from left to right, your function is first pretty flat and then increasing faster and faster. So it's like very steep at the right side. So this should show you the exponential function. So from observing the plot, you know it's exponential function. Then for that, you want to find the base multiplier. So what is the base multiplier? When x increase 1 unit, what you should multiply your y value to get to your next y value. So for example, this first line 0, 6 and the second line 1, 8. So x increase from 0 to 1, so that's increasing by 1 unit. Then from 6 to 18, what should you multiply here? You multiply 3. So that means 3 is your base multiplier. You should also try the other line. You should get exactly the same result. For example, if you use this second line and third line here, so 118 to 254. Again, x increased by 1 unit. How about the y? From 18, what should you multiply to get 54? Again, it's 3. So the base multiplier is 3. You can choose any two adjacent lines, but for the later ones, it might be harder if you don't have a calculator. So the base multiplier is 3. That's the first picture. For the second one, if you look at the picture, those bunch of blue dots, they lie exactly on the same line. So this should show you a linear function. Then how to get the slope? For the linear function, you need to get the slope for this part. The slope means if x increase 1 unit, the change of y. So again, you can look at those first two lines, 0, 9 to 1, 6. X increased by 1 unit. What happened to y? Y decreased from 9 to 6. So that means it decreased by 3 units. So the slope should be -3 because it's a decrease. And of course, you can choose the other lines. The results should be the same. For example, you choose the second line and the third line. X increase from 1 to 2 and y decrease from 6 to 3. And again, it's decreased by 3 units. So the slope is -3. You can also see that this line is from upper left to lower right. That again means the slope should be negative. That's the second one. The third one, the picture, if you connect those dots together, it will show you a parabola kind of shape. So that means this is a quadratic function. And then they want you to show them the vertex. The vertex is the maximum point of this picture because it opens down. So you can see it should at this position here. So x equal to 2. Y is somewhere between 6 and 8. Probably 7. And because you are not sure, you can check the table. So if you look at this line here, x equal to 2, y is 7. So that means the vertex is 2, 7. Okay, number 6. Use the graph of f of x, which is this red curve, to answer the question down here. So part A, what is f of 1? So here x equal to 1, you want to know what is y value. So x equal to 1 is here. So first you want to draw a vertical line here and see where it hit your graph. So it's this yellow dot here. I use a pretty big dot just to show this clearly. And then you want to know the y value for this dot. So you draw a horizontal line which hit y equal to 20. So that means f of 1 equals to 20. That's part A. Part B, Estimate x values that makes f of x equal to 10. So f of x, basically that's y value. So y equal to 10. First, you want to draw a horizontal line at y equal to 10. And this yellow dot is the point we are interested in. We want to know its x value. So we will draw a vertical line here and see it hit the x-axis at x equal to 2. So that means when x equal to 2, f of x equal to 10. That's part B. Part C, vertical intercept. That means where your graph hit the y-axis. So here's your graph. The y-axis, because y-axis is vertical. So this is a y-axis. So this point here is the point we are interested in. And we want to record the answer as a point. So for the x-coordinate, it will be 0. Y-coordinate will be 40. So 0, 40. Part D, the domain and the range of this function. The function has the shape of an exponential function. So you can know the domain and the range immediately. So domain is everything because it can go to the left and to the right as it like. And for the range, it goes from 0 all the way up to infinity. 0 is not included because if you look at this side of the graph, it actually getting closer and closer to the x-axis but never hit it. So that's why 0 is not included in your range. That's part D.